Cricket will be here shortly, don't worry. But what we'll do in the meantime, let's get into these NBA games because I know that Cricket doesn't really like talking about these that much. So I've got a lot to say about this. So I'm in this parlay contest. I'm going to win this contest, by the way. And this contest is just basically me betting against myself. All I got to do is end up being profitable at the end of the month. We're going to do well, not the end of the month, but in a month's time. But which is great. It's going to be great. But I was shocked yesterday. I was shocked. The Suns, listen, if you would have told me, hey, you got to pick one road team to finally win an NBA playoff game, because yesterday was the first day that a road team won an NBA playoff game in these playoffs. You would have told me you got to pick one team, only one out of the 3 games yesterday. I would have been like, well, the Suns. The Suns are going to get it done, and they were the only ones that didn't win a road game. It's like, what the? Listen, if you would have told me, so here's why I like the Suns so much. And Super James knows this. Good morning, see you. How you doing, buddy? Super James tailed me on this, and we lost it. We said the Suns were going to sweep the series or they're going to win 4-1. That's clearly not going to happen now. If you would have looked historically, so the Suns beat the Timberwolves in the regular season 3 times to none. They won those games by double digits. If historically you look back at that, teams that do that end up doing really well if they match up against that team in the playoffs. I mean, just look at the Denver Nuggets, right? The Denver Nuggets own the Lakers, and they're doing it this series, right? So that goes back even further, right? That goes back to last playoffs. But if you would have told me that the Suns, who beat the Timberwolves 3 times, all 3 times by double digits, and it wasn't even that their superstars were out. It was pretty they all the same cats are playing right now. It just means it's a mismatch. It usually means that there's some sort of mismatch there, no matter if the Timberwolves are the better team or the better defensive team. I understand why like Barnes and a whole bunch of other people in a lot of pros love the Timberwolves in the series because they are the number 1 defensive team in the NBA. I get that, and then you like that to go through the NBA playoffs. But to me, this is the Suns who match up so well against the Timberwolves, because what do the Timberwolves do so well defensively? They make you take tough shots. They make you take tough 3-point shots, or they don't allow you. You can just watch how Booker's guarded. They don't allow you to get many threes off. You have to take these mid-range jump shots. Well, that's what the Suns do best. They love taking those mid-range shots. It's just those shots aren't falling. Booker still did not step up. Booker had 18 points, by the way. We would have hit another parlay yesterday, one of the underdog ones. Which I'm pissed about because that was a beautiful one. But if Booker had 18 points heading into the fourth quarter, the dude ended with I think 20, so he didn't get to 24 like we needed him to. But if you would have told me, the Suns matched up so well against the Timberwolves, and then the Timberwolves, where Karl-Anthony Towns isn't really a factor, he's only playing 20 minutes a game. Anthony Edwards, right, is he had a great game 1, didn't really have a great game 2 offensively. His shooting, what was his stats here? Let's pull it up real quick. Booker even led the team. Booker, Beal, and Durant all went under their points this year. It's just gross. It's just I could not have I've seen that coming. Anthony Edwards went 3 for 12 yesterday. If you would have told me all of that and the Suns still would have lost by double digits, I would have been like, what the heck is wrong with the Suns? And here's the biggest thing. It's not just the fact that the Suns are not making their shots. One of the reasons why they're not making their shots is because they're rushing. They're rushing shots because they're giving up so many points off of turnovers. At one point in the game, it was sometime in the fourth quarter, the Timberwolves had 29 points off of turnovers to the Suns 2. You're not going to win games like that. So you turn the ball over, that in Timberwolves score off of it. Obviously, that's going to throw the Suns into a funk, and they're going to come out and rush a shot after that. And it was just ugly. But I'm not telling you guys to go bet this. I probably will. I still think the Suns are going to have a chance to win this series. I'm not saying they're going to for sure do it, but I would be surprised if the Suns didn't win game 3 and 4. The Suns are a 3.5-point favorite already for game 3. These series happens. You just basically you're betting on, can the Suns win a road game, because that's what they're going to need to do to win this series. You're going to have to either win game 5 or game 7. I think they can. I think they pull it together. Even the Suns even had an extra day off in between these games. I thought we would have saw a little bit more focused up team, but clearly something's off there. And I know I laddered Booker's points and his threes and all that stuff. I'm gonna do it again. The beauty of doing those ladders, you don't put a lot on it, you just sprinkle a little bit on it. You could just if it doesn't hit in one of the games, but you still like the matchup, you can just bet it the next game because it's gonna happen one of these games. It's if not multiple. Him and Durant are just gonna go in. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a 35 and a 40-point game from Durant and Booker like together. Together they combine for 75 or more points. I mean, it would not shock me at all. And then you're gonna need one game where someone else steps up, like a Beal or someone else on your team. And then you're just gonna have to hope Timberwolves miss some shots. I mean, the Timberwolves, they were doing all right. I mean, the Suns were up 7 at one point in the second quarter. They had a half. What is that? Did they have a half? Yeah, they had a halftime lead. Um, it was just a terrible second half. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes they have a little bad stretch there. Super James is in the house. He says, "Mastering the Realm, a question about Opus. Just out of curiosity, does the program let you change the captioning?" Uh, that is a good question too. I was curious. I haven't got a chance to dive into it. I know this is gonna surprise you guys. I haven't got a chance to dive into it. I've just been trying to take what it gives me and run with it. I just found out a few other things with it. I need to dive into it a little bit more and use the full advantage of it. But hey, at least I'm able to put some clips out and throughout the workday, I'm able to do that too because I step away for a little bit, take a break, and just kind of quickly just post some of those clips. And they allow you to schedule it, which is nice because in the morning when I get to work before I'm actually officially like working, I'll be able to schedule a bunch to release throughout the day. So that's nice. But I do like it so far, and it's nice. But yeah, that'd be interesting. I'm sure you can, Super James. I'm sure there's a way you can. I just haven't really, like I said, haven't really got to dive fully into it. Loki says it's not just that the Wolves have defense; it's that I can see the big difference in how refs are in the regular season and the playoffs. So physical teams really do damage now. I think that's going to be series to series, but we'll see. I don't think you're wrong, Loki. I think that's right, but I think it also depends on the series too. Um, that home court too is just rocking, and we're obviously seeing a huge home court advantage in these series early on throughout the both conferences. There's a reason why the only two road teams have won in the playoffs. Even in the play-ins, it was I think we only had one road team win, right? So is what it is. Buku says, "Morning, Will. Where is the special guest?" Hey, you know, he said he was going to be here. He said it to you in a text. I'm pretty sure you replied with, "I'll believe it when I see it." And but I'm sure he'll be here. Should be here. It's all very cool. Okay, good. I'm glad you guys are liking those clips. Yes, and I will try to. I've got a few things, a few ideas and things to do with it, and I will get to it this weekend with those. Especially since we're gonna have the draft tomorrow night. I need to do a better job of promoting it. I need a favor from you guys when I post. Today, I'm gonna post something out there about the NFL draft. I need you guys' help because I'm gonna promote it as a Rumble stream, and I'm probably going to just make it a Rumble stream. And so, if you guys could help me retweet that over on X and share it out there to let other people know, so we can get that moving. So then Rumble might catch their eye and say, "Hey, these guys are going to do an NFL draft show," because that's what we're going to do. We're going to be live for the whole first round tomorrow night. Still do the normal morning show, but we'll be live tomorrow night over on Rumble for the whole stream. We did it last year. It was a lot of fun, but I have a lot of ideas of what to do for that stream, and then obviously ideas during the stream that I know that I'm going to be able to clip out and not just make shorts off of, but also make like short videos, basically with like each pick and breaking down the teams and where they're going with their pick, and then reacting to their pick. So if you guys could, when I post that out later today, if you guys could help me out like you guys always do, I really appreciate it. We've got the Pacers beat the Bucks. This one was kind of shocking. Pacers came out. Look at that, 30 points minimum each quarter. Pacers came out and just on fire. Pascal Siakam, 37 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists. Yeah, look at Damian Lillard once again goes off, but it doesn't really matter. They need someone else, and this is where you need Giannis to come back. But hey, the Bucks stole one game. But what I mean by stole one game is like when Giannis is out, you don't really expect them to win. The fact they're able to let him rest even more. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't come back till game 4. I think they're going to risk it in game 3, see what happens. I might be looking at Pascal Siakam unders next game, depending on where they put the lines at on some of those. Just because he did have a big game, I don't think he's I don't think he's going to be capable of doing it back to back, but maybe he'll prove me wrong. And then the Mavericks and the Clippers. Luka was kind of I was a little scared. Luka went out in like the second quarter or something like that for a little bit, kind of something weird with his leg. Obviously came back, did fine. 32 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists. It's a really good game, but not good enough to get over his points, rebounds, and assists. That helps us cash our parlay. But I mean, man, ugly game, 96-93. One of the big news for the Clippers is Kawhi did come back. I was shocked. I thought they were going to sit Kawhi since they won game one. I thought they were going to sit him one more. He had 15 points, decent game. But I mean, I don't think the Clippers can consistently win with Harden being their leading scorer. Now, this was just an ugly game, but I think the Mavericks are going to take care of business. I was kind of shocked at Kyrie. Kyrie was like, it looked like he was about to get going. He was 8 of 18 shooting, 4 of 8 from 3. So even when he wasn't having that great of a game, dude still had made 4 threes. So he hit the 4 threes for us. We just needed, God, if Booker would have just came through that son of a gun, Booker, man, if we could have had him hit 4 threes, we would have been cooking. But I mean, even a night where he wasn't shooting that great, he still made 4 threes. So it's just like, geez. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see Kyrie in either game 3 or game 4 just go insane. He had a crazy behind the back dish. So it was a ball was up in the air. Like I can't remember if I retweeted it or not, but the ball was up in the air and he grabbed it as everyone was going for it, just without even thinking, behind the back pass to one of his guys over in the corner, and that dude just hits the 3 as he's wide open. Speaking of wide open, Cricket, how are we doing this morning?
Hey, man. I'm all right. I was maybe a little slow this